The night was quiet atop the mountain. Jesus, aware that the journey ahead would be filled with hardship, looked out over the valley, a silhouette draped in contemplation. He had chosen 3 of his closest disciples, Peter, James, and John, to accompany him higher up the rugged path. Even then, they did not know why they climbed. The air grew thinner and cooler as they ascended. Early morning stillness pressed in, the only sound their footsteps on the loose stones. Peter, always eager, whispered questions, but Jesus only smiled, his silence inviting them to trust. When they reached a secluded plateau, the 4 paused, settling on the ground among jagged rocks and sparse grass. The disciples knew Jesus as a teacher, a healer, yet now, as he fell to his knees in silent prayer, a hush enveloped the mountaintop. Sunlight spilled across the horizon, but a different radiance soon began to gleam around their teacher. His face shone with a brightness more dazzling than the morning sun, his robes now brilliant white, glowing as if woven from light itself. Peter, James, and John shielded their eyes, and fear rising in their chests. 2 figures appear beside Jesus, Moses and Elijah. Peter recognizes them by the way they speak. Moses, the great lawgiver, Elijah, the mighty prophet. The 3 converse. Jesus appears calm, as if welcoming old friends. Their discussion centers around Jesus' coming mission, his imminent journey to Jerusalem, and the fulfillment of the prophecies. Whispers of departure, destiny, and fulfillment of promises. They hung on each word, yet the conversation remained just out of reach, leaving the disciples with a sense of reverence and anxiety. Caught up in the wonder, Peter broke the silence. "Lord, it is good for us to be here. If you wish, I will put up 3 shelters, 1 for you, 1 for Moses, and 1 for Elijah." It was a mixture of reverence and confusion, a longing to capture the holy moment and never let it go. But as Peter spoke, a cloud descended, enveloping them in thick mist. It was not a cloud of mere water vapor, but a sacred presence, mysterious, tangible, and weighty. From within the cloud came a voice, deep and unmistakable, saying, "This is my Son, whom I love. Listen to him." The words echoed in their minds, a powerful yet gentle command reverberating into their very souls. Terror gripped their hearts. They fell face down on the ground, trembling with awe. The radiance faded, the voices ceased, and the cloud lifted, leaving behind nothing but the mountain air. Jesus gently approached the trio, his face now serene, the divine light softened. He touched their shoulders. "Rise, and do not be afraid." They looked up. Moses and Elijah had vanished. Only Jesus remained, stilling their fears with a peaceful gaze. The 4 began their descent, the mountain path now familiar, yet forever transformed. The descent is quiet. Jesus tells them not to share what they have seen until the Son of Man has risen from the dead. The disciples wonder about this, puzzled by the meaning of rising from the dead, but they obey, keeping the secret in their hearts. Later, in the village below, the disciples watch Jesus as he heals and teaches. The transfiguration lingers in their minds, coloring each word and action of their teacher. They realize that Jesus is more than a prophet, more than a teacher. He is the fulfillment of the law and the prophets, a bridge between heaven and earth. The experience shapes their faith. It gives them courage in the challenges to come, insight as they witness Jesus' suffering and resurrection. The mountain event becomes a cornerstone, a reminder that even in the darkest times, Jesus' divine identity shines bright, guiding them through confusion, fear, and hope. The story closes with the disciples gathered, reflecting on the mountain, the radiant Jesus, and a voice from the cloud. Their understanding and awe deepen, transforming them into steadfast witnesses of His glory.
Thanks for watching. If you enjoy the story, please leave a comment, like, and subscribe to our channel for more interesting Bible stories like this.